On keyboard, y'all miss Sweet Cherie.
Sweet Cherie. Yeah. Lucci friend of live port. Let's go. And that dude that be painting, I think Raheem Devon introduced him.
Such a funny thing, but every time I'm near you, I never can behave. You give me a smile and then I'm wrapped up in your magic. The music all around me, a crazy music that keeps calling me so very close to you. Turns me a slave. But now, baby, I want you to come and do with me all the things that you want to. Anything, baby, just let me get back to you.
All right. Lucci on the live porch, front porch. Thank you, man. Just want to give you props. I look forward to all the celebrities and actually bring to the front porch. It's like watching Soul Train on Saturdays, like back in the day. You bringing that feeling back of looking forward to who Soul Train is gonna have on. So I appreciate you, bro. Oh man, it's what the city needed. DC always been the hot spot for entertainment. That's one of the reasons why I didn't travel till like I was 30 and got married. Because everybody came here. This was the spot. I didn't need to go nowhere. We got all the eateries. We got all the party spots. The beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? Top dog players. You know, all the women love coming to DC. Because they knew we had the players up in DC. You know what I'm saying? The finest women, college women. You know what I'm saying? The women was beautiful from the hoods back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Before the BBLs and all that. Natural beauty. Yeah. And everybody was smart. You know what I'm saying? That was like a sophistication to be smart. It can hold intelligent conversation. Not be dumb as a brick. Why you think everybody was getting money like they was getting? Because they were smart. But if we were smart to take it to the next level to incorporate, you'd have been out of this world. You know, so. But I'm going to say only because everybody was young, we wasn't in the entrepreneurial mindset of incorporating. You know, I mean, it's a few folks that bought in real estate, but I'm talking about really putting into business. You know what I'm saying? If you saw American Gangster, Denzel playing Frank Lucas, he had a slew of businesses. That's what we didn't do right, you know, to open up businesses, you know, because there was a lot of money made on the streets, you know. But kids do what kids do. Spend money and have fun. It's all good. The 80s was amazing. Those that were there, that witnessed it, even though there were a lot of violence. Take away the violence, it was an awesome time. You know what I'm saying? The birth of rap. Go-go was birthed in the 70s. Rap was birthed in the 70s, but my listening ear came in 1980. And rap for me was Run DMC and LL, the beginning. And then from that day on, I was locked in. Y'all rocking out to Chuck Brown Band and his music. Long live Chuck Brown, baby. DMV, let's go.
That was Elijah on sax. My main man, Craig Boyer, on trombone. Well, all right now. Well, all right, baby.
All right. Happy Veterans Day to all the soldiers. I salute everybody that wore a service uniform that served our country. All the men in my family, up to my father and myself, and I guess the men after me, we didn't go in the military. But that was what you did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know, it wasn't just that they wanted to serve, it was opportunity because it was no opportunity. And then you had the draft that took place, you know, so a lot of people didn't have a choice to make the military their career and, you know, go to war. So I like to say, you know, thank you for everybody that lost their lives and put that uniform on with respect, because a lot of people wear the uniform, but that don't mean they love the country or represent the respect that that uniform deserves. So, you know what I'm saying? And I can really go on and get into it. Look at the state that we're in. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, well, good news. They opening back up the government. Hopefully by Monday or the end of the week, Friday and Monday, everybody will come back. But that's just in a contingent to January 31st. So, you know, all I can say is, look, we survivors and we got to survive what we need to survive. That's just what it is, you know. You know, a lot of people jumped off that slave ship because they would rather die than to be humans, you know, slaves. But if it wasn't for them people that chose life and to endure the harsh punishment and grueling, you know, savage treatment, we wouldn't be here. So I like to say thank you to our ancestors that chose life and paid the price for it. You feel me? You know, so it's just layers to this day. Then it's my grandmother's birthday, Roxie Woodland. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up a picture of her. You know what I'm saying? And Mom Dukes, Big Mama, whatever you call your moms or your grandmoms, you know, that was our everything. You know, she was a little woman, but You know, she walked with a big stick. Roxie Woodland, mother of 12. My mother was the baby, was her very last child. So, a lot of my cousins was jealous of me and my sisters because we was always at her house and we always lived close to her because my mother was the baby and my mother stuck close by her. Anywhere my grandmother lived, my mother, us, we live close by. No more, no less than 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. So I literally grew up in two hoods in Southeast DC. I lived in the Arctic Caper dwellings, which we call capers, and my grandmother lived in Ella Wilson. And what divided our hood was a bridge. So I was constantly on both sides of the bridge. We called that 7th Street. And because Ellen Wilson dwellings was on 7th Street by the Marine Birds near the Navy Yard. Actually, Capers was near the Navy Yard, and the Marine Birds was on 7th Street. And I just found, well, I ain't just found out, but did you guys know that the Navy and the Marines are the same outfit? If y'all didn't know, the Marines is an extension of the Navy, you know. So I bet you a lot of people didn't know that, but yeah, so uh, yeah, so you know, I'm just freestyling. I don't have nothing planned to say. I never do. I just try to go off of, what's on my mind or what's going on in the news or whatever. So yeah. But I like this, like I said, I'm giving respect to it's a young dude named Nucci that's presenting a lot of celebrity acts at his house, and he called his production Nucci's Front Porch. And I guess he's a producer, rapper, musician, and he has relationships with all these entertainers, and he bringing them all to DC to come to his house and perform live on his front porch. And so when I bump into this cat, this brother, young brother, but I know younger than me, I'm a politic to get my nephew and his crew up there. Money Man Biggs and Lil Dude, you know what I'm saying, and their crew, you know what I'm saying, from that Clay Turd side of town, Division Avenue, Lincoln Heights, that area, you know what I'm saying, and that's where, they rapping from. I think Lil Dude is a Maryland guy, but that's where he be at when he come to DC, so, you know what I'm saying, so, you know, I think the young guy Ganu was one of their guys that got shot and killed. I just saw something about him getting set up by his girl. I don't know. The man gone. Leave that man alone. Let him rest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a historian as well. I tell people if I could do it over again, I would try to be a history professor. I love history. And I love the fact that we can pick up these devices and travel back in time. YouTube is like or not just YouTube, but the internet itself is like a time capsule. You can go back to any timeline and look up anything and see anything. It's awesome. This is a great time to be living in the time of technology where you can touch base with the past on a level that you can't. And I love it. You know, I'm learning so much history about inventions that black inventors have created. Damn near everything we utilize, a black man created it and got a patent for it. So that's what I'm talking about. And it's just awesome, you know what I'm saying? Just to learn, what great things we done. It just reminds us how much of a great people that we are, you know. Did y'all see this joint of Kevin Durant dancing? This dude is so still.